Hi, I'm Sister Vassa, and once again, I am drinking my coffee before I go to work today in Vienna, Austria. It is the third week in September, and before I go to work, I'd like to see what saints we remember in the church calendar this week.
Try to remember
This week in September, like on any other week, the church calendar includes the memory of many saints. But as usual, I will choose one saint of this week and reflect on this saint's story. So let's take a look at September 20th, the day of the great martyr Eustathios Placidas and his wife Theopiste. They were martyred along with their two sons, also depicted on this icon, Agapios and Theopustos. This saint is called Eustathios by the Greeks. The English-speaking world says Eustace, the Russians say Yevstafi, the Koreans say Ep.3, but I'm kidding, I don't know what the Koreans say. The Greek name, Eustathios, is the baptismal name of this saint, and it means good stability or stable. Placidas, or Placidus in Latin, was his pagan name, and it means calm, tranquil, or even. So both his names, meaning stability or tranquility, signalize a virtue valued both by Christians and pagans alike. Some have called it peace of mind. Some call it serenity. The name Eustathios signalizes this virtue. The name Theopiste, the name of his wife, is also Greek and is also her baptismal name, and it means believing in God or faithful to God. The name Agapios signalizes love. As you see, names are often reminders of something close to our hearts, something we want to be reminded of, like virtues or special people. That's why we don't have children running around called Malice, Blabbermouth, Wife-beater, or Adolf, for that matter. But let's get back to the life of these saints. Before he converted to Christianity, Eustathios, or Eustace, was a Roman general named Placidus we'll say. He was a virtuous pagan who served the emperor Trajan. Trajan was a very successful Roman emperor, a soldier emperor, in fact, who led the Roman Empire to attain its maximal territorial extent by the time of his death. He also implemented social welfare policies, which earned him the reputation of a particularly philanthropic ruler. Trajan also reshaped the city of Rome with his extensive public building program, some remnants of which you can still see if you visit Rome today. Trajan was so popular that every new emperor after him was honored by the Senate with the wish, Felicior Augusto melior Traiano, be luckier than Augustus and better than Trajan. It was under Trajan that the Roman government first recognized Christianity as a religion separate from Judaism. We know about Trajan's attitude towards Christians from his very well-known correspondence with Plinius the Younger, who was the governor of the Roman province of Bithynia in modern-day Turkey. Trajan tells Plinius, in a letter to this governor, that it is right to execute Christians as long as they are rightly or justly accused and convicted, but they should not be sought for, nor should any anonymous accusations against Christians be considered. So our saint, Saint Eustathios, served this emperor at the height of Rome's glory at this very exciting time for Rome. One day, while he was hunting a deer near Rome, Placidus saw a vision of a crucifix lodged between the deer's antlers. the Lord spoke to him in this vision and told him to go to the bishop in Rome and be baptized. Many of you will have seen this symbol of a crucifix lodged between a deer's antlers, not while hunting in the forest, but perhaps while sitting in a pub on a Friday night in front of a bottle of Jägermeister. He was immediately converted and went to the Bishop of Rome, not that one, and had himself and his family baptized. Following their baptism, the family of Saint Eustathios endured a series of calamities similar to the ones of Saint Job in the Old Testament. They lost all their money. Saint Eustathios lost his position. They were separated for many years. I abbreviate because I only have 10 minutes. But in the end, after many years, they were reunited, and Saint Eustathios was restored to his position. But when he professed his new faith by refusing to make a pagan sacrifice, the emperor, now this was the new emperor, Hadrian, the adoptive son of the previous emperor Trajan, had the whole family roasted to death. This was in the year 118. This is the story of a virtuous, married pagan to whom Christ revealed himself while he was hunting, yes, hunting of all things. So much can be said about this story. First of all, this story reminds us that there is no place, situation, or walk of life where God won't meet us if we are open to Him. In other words, God meets us where we are. Jesus Christ repeatedly reminds us of the all-inclusiveness of His call, of His message, as for example, when He praises the faith of the centurion in the Gospel, who was a heathen or pagan, and also a Roman soldier. Jesus says of him, "Truly I say to you, I have not found such great faith with anyone in Israel." And then he adds, "I say to you that many will come from east and west and recline at the table with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven, but the sons of the kingdom will be cast out into the outer darkness." So, whether we find ourselves in the west or in the east, whether we are monastics or married or single, and whatever our occupation happens to be, let us not underestimate God, who is not waiting for us to be elsewhere, but meets us where we are if we are open to Him. So, that's our thought for today and our saints of the week, Saints Eustathios and Theopiste, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Thank you very much.